Hello, everyone. It's Erin, Paige. Welcome to the GLAAL Project, Go Live an Amazing Life. Today's guest, Enstacia White. Oh, what an inspiration she is. She will share her story, how she took a moment to write and continue writing until she was inspired to create an organization that is empowering young women across not only our community, but beyond. So let's take a listen. Hi, T. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm doing great today. I can't complain about anything.
Good, good. Well, sometimes it's just we don't really have anything to complain about because we woke up, right?
That's right.
Well, I first and foremost want to thank you for being a part of my GLAAL project, Go Live an Amazing Life. And you, my friend, are doing so many amazing, I don't know, you're just kind of knocking it out of the park. I did some more research on you, and it's absolutely amazing how many lives you're changing in this time and space, and I just can't wait for you to share what you're doing in the community for some just amazing women. And so tell me a little bit about you first. So
Okay.
yeah, just tell me a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Oh, this is always the hard part. I can always talk about the organization, but talking about me is the hard part. But I am a wife of, it's going to be 21 years in 1 month. And we have 3 kids, beautiful kids. I have one boy who has already given me 4 grandbabies. And
You're a grandmother? No. Oh my gosh.
I love it. So that's the best part of life. I was like, how do we skip over and just be grandparents? But it's been good. And I have 2 daughters. And my oldest one I'll be talking a lot about throughout this interview, because she is the one of the main reasons why my organization is this. So
All right.
yeah.
That's wonderful. So speaking of the organization, Dreams, that stands for something. So tell everyone what you're doing out there with your organization.
So, about 20 years ago, I was having dreams, and I always tell people it was bigger than my eyes could see. So I was ignoring it for a while, but then I started writing. All the information I would be dreaming, I'd write it out. And that's where the actual name came from. It's an acronym for Demonstrating Realism, Esteem, and Ambition in the Minds of Sisters. So, and that's really just living by example, using my life, people's lives, they're right now, because they are enough right now to uplift and encourage and for other young ladies, just encouraging them that wherever you are now does not mean that's where you're going to end. So just getting them uplifted. And I really believe in the whole acronym, because it's all those words are meaningful to young ladies to keep in their lives going. So
Absolutely. Isn't it amazing sometimes when you write something down, how you can come to the conclusion and what you need. So I love that. So okay, so you came up with the acronym, and so how did Dreams grow from there?
So in our particular area, so everything was a blessing. I just started moving, not knowing where I was going or how this was going to work, but I didn't have to. That's what I'm learning. That's what I really am telling people. It wasn't for me to figure out the plan, because the plan is already laid out. It's me to write it out and move towards whatever my purpose is. So I started in school. So I know there were no nonprofit organizations for young people in my area. Where I lived at, girls had nothing to do. And so I just started doing things, because I already coach basketball, which nobody knows this about. Like they're like, what? And I am a basketball fanatic. I love basketball. I still coach to this day. I probably will never stop coaching. So I was already coaching girls basketball. So I said, let me try this curriculum out on the young ladies that I'm coaching. And they loved it. And so once I realized that these young ladies was craving information on how to be better, then I started talking to the schools. At that time I was also teaching at the schools. So it was just a way for me to kind of get it out there. And it just really started happening. Things just started happening for it. And then I started listening to the girls. I was like, so what all do you like to do that I know that I can do? And then that's how we incorporated a lot of other activities as well.
So you listened. That's the reason why we have two ears and one mouth, right?
Yeah.
You listened to what the girls were needing, and you took your strengths and what you could offer them, and you incorporated that in. I love that. I love that. And you are creating this amazing space for these girls to thrive in.
Yes.
Right?
And that's the goal. Yes.
Well, absolutely. And I love that you that the path's already laid out. Sometimes I think it takes a lot of time, at least it did for me, to realize that the path's already laid out. I just have to navigate and find those ways. So, blessings to you that you discovered that way sooner. A lot of us here.
All of those type of things I have to attribute, since Mother's Day was yesterday, I have to attribute to the strong women, and that's that were in my life. I think that all of this was my purpose, because I had some very strong women, but they believed in womanhood, how to dress, how to act. So all of those things that I thought all young ladies were just given at home, I realized that, they weren't. This is what I'm supposed to be bringing along with me. So it like I said, it was all purposefully driven out for this task was for me to do, because I just assumed that everybody had, how to be a young lady, even though to me it felt like I didn't want to do it at the time when I was young. But now that I am a woman, it all makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It all comes together.
Yeah.
All comes together. So what kind of, with your organization and how you are expanding into living an amazing life, I mean, this organization is creating an amazing space for these young women and you.
Yes.
Don't forget about you as well. It's expanding your life into living an amazing life. And
yes.
So tell me a little bit about what, well, let's just change it. I'm going to change the question a little bit.
Okay.
So I would love to know, because this is all about, yes, you are living an amazing life through your organization, but how has this organization, this part of your path and your journey, changed you personally?
I'd say it changed me personally, because in the beginning, because I was young, so all I could see was me. Okay, so all I could see in this organization was how I was going to change the world, and I was going to be rich, and I was going to do all. It was so I. And I collaborate. I wasn't thinking about collaborations. I wasn't thinking about other people. I was just thinking about how this amazing thing could catapult me, in some kind of way. So it took about 5 years for me to realize that this isn't even about me to that degree, so to the degree that, that the way that my mind had to shift, the way that it shifted over to thinking that this is way bigger than me. It's something that needs to be done. But the irony in that is, when my mind started shifting, then more funding, more resources, more, of the blessings started to come. So I think for me that was the biggest lesson in life, because it really was my life lesson. Is I was so used to doing everything on my own, but that was only going to get me so far. Like that was only going to get me just churning like a hamster and I was just going to keep going around and round. And that's not the fate of life. You have to befriend people. You have to create real relationships with people from all over. They don't have to look like me, be anything like me. And I think that was for me, my biggest learning from this, that I do need and love. And now I just love being around other people. So
was there a particular, you said it took you 5 years. Was there a particular like moment in time where it just like something just clicked for you?
Yeah, I was literally, my husband has been such amazing in this journey because I just popped this on him and it's literally our life. So I was talking to him. I do cotillions, which are like balls, when the young ladies go through a womanhood kind of workshop, and then we do a cotillion. So teach them etiquette and all that kind of thing. And so I was doing it for some years, and I was like, why isn't this? I was talking to my husband, it's like, why? At first, I couldn't see the amazement in it because I was so worried about the money in it. Like, why isn't this making us any money? Why is it feel like I'm going backwards in my personal finances instead of going forward? So I was just like I said, but I was in my 20s. This is 20 mindset thinking. And so he was like, I was at the same cotillion. I've been going to the same cotillions you've been doing for the last 5 years. And I don't see any of that. And mind you, he was the investor. Like most of his money was, and he was like, I see something totally different. Like I see girls changing. Like I seen this little girl come in on day 1 of your workshop and the way she left out. And I was so blinded of that. So I think that it really changed me to think that, wow, I guess I am changing somebody, so it just started me going on. So that's when I got on to, I'm really going at this the wrong way. Like, because success to me at that time meant money, meant things, meant material. So I had to learn, and that's why I tell everybody, I had to learn how to redefine success for my life. And it's not going to look like anyone else's. So
individual, just like the young women that you work with, everyone's an individual. Well, you are changing so many lives and expanding, I often say that it's the ripple effect. So you jumped in by writing and coming up with your acronym and creating that space. And then over the course of, as you said, 5 years, you redefined what the organization's true meaning was and the essence of what it was, and it served you differently.
Yes.
Is that what I'm hearing?
That is exactly it.
It is totally shifted, and it is serving you. And I want to thank you for sharing your heart today. And I know there's going to be people out there that will shift their mindset. It's a good reminder for us all to make sure that the intention of our path is on track.
Yes.
And so that's when the real ripple effect
happens,
right? So
exactly.
All these years you've been throwing in rocks and the ripples really were only small. And when you release kind of those chains and those the things that bind us, our mindset, everything you said expand, and you can serve more women out there. Plus you're serving your heart, which will raise your vibration to help others. So I am so excited that you're just continuing your work. And so how do people get in touch with you if, somebody is listening to this and they have a young woman that really needs to dream again and to build that confidence?
Yeah, so there's different avenues. So the first one I always tell people, you can always email me. So you can email the organization and it's dreamsfords@gmail. And we have a phone number, and there's also the website. The website gives a load of information on how to register. Right now, we are doing a campaign, which is going amazing. But anyone that wants to be a troop leader, we're butterflies, and that's a whole thing too. We transform our young ladies into butterflies, and so anyone who wants to lead a butterfly troop. So all that information is on our website, which is dreamsorgsinc.org. And they can get whatever it is that they feel. If they just want to volunteer, if they want to speak, if they have a school in need, we have everything, all the resources out there. And I do want to say every Wednesday, we are hosting right now via Zoom, which has been going amazing. We're doing like our Girls Talk, which is our signature program, our mentoring program. We're doing that on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Central Time. And we're always looking for guest speakers, and we're always looking for young ladies to come join us to have a good time on the conversation. So it's been really good breaking the barriers between grown women and the young ladies and kind of getting us a conversation going. So.
Nice. You're blurring the lines, right?
Yes.
We're all young women and adult women can learn from each other, and you're bringing them.
We can, and we have been. Yes.
Yes. Well, thank you for being a part of my GLAAL project, Go Live an Amazing Life. You are a true testament to what living an amazing life represents. And I just thank you from the bottom of my heart. I feel blessed today to not only learn more about your organization, learn more about you and the process and the journey that you've been on to create this space to empower young women in our community and beyond. So thank you so much. And I know I speak for T when I say, go live an amazing life. Go GLAAL. If you need resources, there are people like T out there that can help you. Even if you aren't a young woman, I'm quite sure she has connections as well that can help. Because we are all navigating through our paths, and we are here to help and serve each other. So, T, thank you so much to everyone else. Go live an amazing life. Bye.
Yes. Bye.